G'day guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel where we break down the charts every single week. Now, if you like crypto and you like money, make sure to hit that subscribe button and let's get into the charts. Now guys, as you can see on the Bitcoin chart, we have been trading within this sideways range here. And we haven't been able to break above or below these two levels. Now, where are we going here from here? Well, as you can see on the daily chart, we are actually forming a very interesting pattern. So you can actually see that we are actually forming a descending wedge pattern. Now, we are coming up to the apex of that pattern, meaning that we are likely to break down or we could break up, depending on which way this pattern does decide to break. Now you can actually see that previously we did actually have a very similar pattern form, and this pattern did in fact break up. Now, are we going to break up again? Well, that really depends. But we do have our price targets for whether it breaks up or down. What you want to do is you want to measure the length of like the end of the pattern, and this gives you your price target. So if we actually have a look, if we were to break up out of this pattern, we would be targeting my blue box up here. But if we were to in fact break down, we would actually come down to a very key level. So we would come down to about this range. About this range down here. Now, why is that such a key range? Well, if we actually have a look for a second, the next level that I would be targeting if we were to break out of this zone here would be this level at around 21,500. So this is the level I would be expecting for us to come down and tap if we were to break downwards out of this sideways range. But if we were to in fact break up, I'd be looking for a move back up to that 31,500 level. So these are the two levels that I'm going to be targeting. And as traders, what we want to do is we really want to wait to see which way it's going to go. If we see price start to break out of this level, we know that we're likely going to get a move up back to the higher of the range. But if we start to see price start to lose this blue box here, then it is likely that we are going to get a bigger move down to these levels down here. Now, having a look at our momentum wave, so we can see that our money flow is in the red, but our what is about neutral at the moment, and this could start to curve, so we could really break out either way. So to determine what we're likely going to do, let's have a look at some shorter time frames. Now I want to go to my other chart for a second. So if we go to my Coinbase chart and we have a look on the 4-hour. Now guys, I just want to mention that all of these blue boxes and all of these lines here, I drew over 6 months ago, and look how price perfectly reacts to our levels. Now currently it is actually looking like we are about to lose this blue box here, which is why I do believe that we are going to come down into my next blue box here, and that we are going to retest the lows of this range. And as you can see as well, we are just printing a red dot on our momentum waves, and we also have that money flow quite heavy in the red, meaning that we are likely going to see some more downside. And another reason why I'm actually expecting us to come down, if we pull up our volume profile, we can actually see that when we lost the top of this volume profile, we actually came down and tested the point of control, and we got a little bit of a bounce off of that level. But based on the rules of a volume profile, that if you lose the height of a range, you are more likely going to come down to the point of control and then the low of your range, which is this blue line down here. So I am actually expecting price to come down a bit more. And where am I expecting price to go? Well, I do think that we are going to come down and we are going to tap this blue box. Now, something I'm going to be looking out for is I am going to be looking for us to potentially make a lower low, because if we do come down and we actually put in a lower low, it would actually set us up for a bullish divergence. And what this is where your price action, your price action actually makes lower lows, and your momentum waves actually make higher highs. And we would likely see something like this if we did get that lower low, which would put in a bullish divergence. So this is something that I'm going to be looking out on the charts for. But if this does happen, then I am going to be entering into a long position here and riding that move to the upside. Because if we have a look for a sec, the last time that we actually had a bullish divergence, it was actually right here. So right at this bottom, if you took that trade, you would have made a big move of about 10% to the upside. With 10x leverage, that's actually 100%. So you could have doubled your money on that trade. And that's a trade we did, in fact, take. Now, let's just have a look at some other indicators real quick. So just having a look at the RSI, we can see that it's quite neutral at the moment. So we do have that potential for price to come down back into our blue box here. Or even potentially it could go up, because it could really go either way. So it doesn't really tell us a lot here. But let me go back to my other chart. All right. But based on how that 4-hour chart is looking with that momentum wave, I'm expecting us to at least come down to this blue box here. So we still have quite a bit of room to come down. So I'm expecting to retest these lows one more time before at least making a breakout to the upside, or before we potentially make a breakdown. So we have our price target, so we really want to watch these two levels here, being my blue box and this level of descending resistance. So whichever way we break, it sets us up for quite a big move. If we were to break to the upside, we could actually see a return of about 30%, and also the same if we were to break down. So that's how I'm going to be playing the market, guys. If you like that video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys